ScarAudio.com. Whether you're tailgating before a game or heading to the playoffs, experience premium sound with ScarAudio.com. Cutting edge speakers, amplifiers, and subwoofers engineered for maximum impact. Elevate your ride today at ScarAudio.com.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to video message number 29.
Pair of panties. Oh, that sounds so good.
Hi, I'm Robert Osborne.
Jeff, look at this thing.
Listen up, the ratings just came in for last month. We are number one. We just grabbed every key demographic. Super duper, gang. Super duper. That's nice. Way to go. Neato, gang.
Yes.
Boy, that is good news.
It is the 20th day of May, 2024. True Blue Hootie Hooooo. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Power Trip Morning Show on a Minnesota Timberwolves Monday. How about that, huh? What a great night. Lots to get to on today's show. You know what it all is about. So let's just get her started, shall we? Here's Rory Scovel. Some comedy on a Monday morning making you feel good. Let's get this thing rocking, everybody. My name is Chris Hockey, and I am so glad that you are here.
You watch Storage Wars, you watch it like that's your life. You go to a storage facility, someone opens a door, I don't know, 1,000. I just see all the boxes, I don't know. Turns out the unit was worth $1,500. $500. That's how you know the U.S. government is now involved in television production. They're like, hey, make some shows where they think $200 is cool. Yeah. No, the economy's not doing well. Make them think $200 is sweet. Used to be Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Nope, $100. They opened up the door. I look in the back corner. I'm like, that's a gumball machine. David, it's a gumball machine or it's some kind of weird aquarium for gumballs. Okay? Come on, Dave. I yelled out. I said 100. Turns out that thing was worth $138. $38. Yeah. You watch that. You watch it. You're like, geez, that's your life? And then you take one step back and you're like, oh my God, I'm watching your life. Who am I?
Pair of panties.
Finish line is waiting. Fate is on your side. You hear the distant thunder. There's lightning in your stride. For the Warriors.
There's only one winner, and it ain't Denver. It's the Minnesota Timberwolves. The greatest day of our adult sports lives in Minnesota sauce? I think so.
I mean, it's close. It's pretty close. Minneapolis Miracle was sweet, but they were left for dead last night. They were down 20 with like 10 minutes left in the third. And all they do is win, man. They held that team to 37
You never gave up on this team.
I've never given up on any sports team in this town. God. Unbelievable.
You believe from day one.
Unbelievable. What a win.
Now we're into the Final Four.
You got Parrish and Nikki. Parrish posted a video on Instagram. They're pumped about it. That's
Chris
how sweet
is
this
taking
is.
his shirt off.
Yeah.
Chris is all in on this Wolves squad.
Hawks never doubted him.
No, I have a lot, all the time. Like even early last night, I was doubting the hell out of him.
And the bill of goods, right?
I told somebody last night, boy, tomorrow's show's going to suck.
It looked like it was going to.
And then look at that. And then the Hootie Hooooo come through.
Yeah, blowing 20-point leads in games that matter. That's what we do.
Right.
Not
That's
what the champion Nuggets do. Man.
Look at you, Maxo.
Man.
Look at you.
Oh, my God.
I know. It was your coming out party last night. Look at you.
Oh, you don't want a segment on Friday?
No,
No, we did it last night.
He needs a week.
Oh, well, okay. Ramp up.
Last night.
How about a month?
Man.
That's soon.
That was just, that was incredible for so many different reasons in so many different ways. That's the anti-Minnesota sports finale.
Yeah.
Right, we're supposed to get blown out, as every team has basically when they lose this series. They look overmatched in every loss at one point, and for the better part of 2 quarters and 2 minutes, It looked like the Wolves were overmatched and weren't ready. How dumb did we play in the first half? It looked like the Wolves didn't understand. You only have 24 seconds to shoot it.
Right.
Right? Just no ball movement, no awareness. It's like, for God's sakes, we got dumb in a game 7.
Yeah.
And then it changed.
And Ant was awful in the first half. He couldn't hit a shot.
They also
1
played
for 7.
They also played fantastic defense on him. You could tell the strategy was, we are going to frustrate the hell out of Ant the way that we've frustrated Joker a handful of times in this series. And it worked.
Yeah.
But then they just said, keep with it. And it worked.
Which is why you got to hit shots when he's feeding, left and right. I mean, they could not hit a shot, I felt like, in that first quarter, first half, really. And then, but I don't know what changed, Max.
The defense, they put Anthony Edwards on Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray had half their points at halftime.
Yeah.
He was the main one that was cooking. I mean, Jokic was going to be Jokic, of course, but Jamal Murray was the one that was absolutely just destroying the Timberwolves. And the Timberwolves had the same. That's the only problem is they've had those same exact looks. Guys like Jaden McDaniels, guys like Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Mike Conley was pretty brutal. I think he was 1 for 7 along with Ant in the first half. They got the same looks that they got in the first half. They just started cashing in on them, and they started playing the defense to match it. Denver couldn't hit a damn thing in that second half. And, yeah, it was just electric, man. They just started slowly inching closer and closer. They got a couple free throws. Rudy was hitting fadeaway jumpers.
That was the moment, right?
That was the moment.
That was the moment where it's like, this is going our way. That's not supposed to go in. A fadeaway with like 7.5 to go.
Rudy? Yeah.
Shot clock's winding down. And there were, again, so many times that Rudy caught the ball from more than 3 feet away from the hoop, and you're going, don't pass it to him unless he's standing right under the basket.
Yeah.
And then that one, they have, 4 or 5 seconds left on the shot clock when they even threw it in. And he fades away and just chucks one up. That's how I would have shot it.
Yes, correct.
Well, if you were like me at the end of the game, thought to yourself, if there's one person I want to hear call the win of this game, it's Alan Horton. So you tuned in to listen to Alan Horton make the final call. You heard this. But he was actually doing the final call, and it sounded like this.
Left angle, drives on Michael Porter Jr., runs it up, no, slam follow, Karl Anthony Towns, he soared in from the wing, he puts the Wolves up 7 with 39 seconds left. Jokic up into the front court, off to KCP, he'll rise up for the 3, it's offline, Towns has got the rebound with 30 seconds left, the Nuggets will back off, they won't foul, it's over!
How about that?
I don't quite understand that, by the way, either. A little premature on the whole, it's game 7, let's mail it in. There's 30 seconds left.
Right.
Don't they know who Reggie Miller is?
Right. And
I mean, it's not over yet. I don't understand just completely waving the white flag there.
Joker
I don't get that, but whatever.
immediately started to untie his shoes and take the tape off his.
Oh, yeah, they quit.
Joker
They meet exhausted.
immediately, yeah.
Immediately. He wants to go tend to his horses.
He doesn't want to be there anymore.
You want to go see? Is Cindy on the air?
Yeah, he's on.
He's already on the air now?
I think so. Do you want me to go see if he's...
Yeah, see if he's not. I just looked over and saw Dave Sinekin.
No, he doesn't start till 6, I don't think.
Either the ghost of Dave Sinekin or actually Dave Sinekin.
One of the two.
Yeah, I mean, it's raining outside. I don't know. Is it Halloween? But anyway, that's cool, man. Good for you guys.
The Naz Reid follow-up dunk and then the Karl Anthony Towns follow-up dunk, the tip dunks, those were both just physical middle fingers, right?
Yes.
It felt like it was like, get the F out of here, we win. Both of those felt like just gigantic exclamation points.
I don't know, man.
That was fun.
I don't know anything, but the putback from Cat.
Yep.
Yeah.
I forget. Did Ant miss the shot? And then Cat with the big slam?
Didn't Conley miss
Whoever it was, man. That was that was when, for some reason, I was like, I think we're going to win this game.
That was Conley on that layup.
Wow,
He was covered
That was
by
the
2
clincher.
guys.
Yeah, that was so crazy.
But
Crazy, man.
as you just said, Cor, both of those putbacks were moments where they knew they had to have a big shot. They knew that that there was blood in the water with Denver, and Denver was so worn out that Joker doesn't even go for that rebound on the one of them. He just kind of puts
the game, didn't he?
What happened?
Didn't he play every minute of the game or something?
Except for one, yeah. But he was just worn out.
It looked like he was coming down on that one when Cat was going up. So I don't know if he just mistimed his jump or just assumed that nobody was coming. But Cat flew in and just hammered it. Man, Jaden McDaniels continues to be the difference maker, though. He was the difference in Game 6. He was the difference in Game 7. Cat was phenomenal as well. And look, Rudy has almost no ability to stop Joker. I don't know if anybody on the planet does, but how about the free throws that he was hitting? He doesn't hit free throws, and he was just drilling everything in the fourth.
And they were going a little hack-a-shack there.
As they should. There were a couple of times on the broadcast, I think it was Jamal Crawford that even said, like, well, all right, it was a foul on Denver, but at least it's a foul on Rudy if he just splits here.
And he swished him.
That's a win for Denver. And then all Rudy did was just jack up free throws, straight up, straight down. Man,
that's when the comeback really actually started, was just with those little bit of Rudy free throws in the third quarter.
Man, it was just so odd because, a bit aside, I mean, it was over in the first half. It was just everything that would go wrong could go wrong. Joker and Murray were red hot. Rudy was playing bad. Ant was being double teamed the whole time. Cat was keeping him in the game. Conley was just throwing up air balls.
And the flow was just, again,
awful.
not there. They just, how many times did the shot clock have 1 or 2 seconds left? And you could tell whoever had the ball was like, should I pass it to you? It's like, shoot the ball.
Shoot.
Denver was playing defense like the Wolves played defense. They were playing hellacious. It wasn't even like, I mean, it was bad shot making, obviously, because Ant and Conley were 1 for 4, and Nickeil Alexander was 0 for whatever. But it was mostly good Denver more than bad Timberwolves in that first half. Denver was just shooting lights out, and they were playing hellacious.
Yeah, and that definitely adds to panic at the end of a shot clock, right? Is if you're playing good defense, you don't give somebody an open look because there's a second or two left. They played great defense, and the Wolves panicked. At halftime, the Wolves had 38 points, and the TNT broadcast crew said that was the lowest output the Wolves had all season long. And you're like, all right, we're down 15. 20 early in the third quarter, but you're down 15 at half. You just put up the season low for the first half of 38. You know how you come back and win by 8 is hold the champs to 37 in the second half, which is insane. And I think this is correct. Somebody fact check this. Somebody said on Twitter that the Nuggets are something like 0-12 this year when they don't get to 100 points. You hold them under 100 and they don't win. I think it's 0-12. Somebody fact check that.
What do you think, Davey?
Isn't that crazy?
Davey, what do you think? Davey? Is he not over there?
No, Zach, do your best Dave Sinekin impression.
Oh, I thought the Cindy came in.
I can't. I don't have a gravelly enough voice.
Just try.
Davey.
The Wolf. I can't do it. I can't.
Wow, jeez.
Jeez Louise. Wow. Have you ever heard him talk?
I not very much.
And Sauce, why don't you, just for fun to see what happens socially, why don't you try your best Trent Tucker impression?
Oh, yeah, good idea.
Who?
Trent Tucker.
Oh, Double T? Doesn't he always say Davey and what's the San Antonio bit he always says?
The Spurs.
Yeah, see there. Huck's good at it.
You. Yeah.
Okay.
You got to put the ball in the basket.
Who would have thunk a couple of weeks ago that the Wolves would have home court advantage because the Nuggets
Hootie Hooooo did.
And the Thunder would not get to the Western Conference Finals? We're hosting Luka, Mark Cuban, and the Dallas Mavericks. Game 1 Wednesday at Target Center. The Wolves are favored.
Are you willing to say it?
They're going to the finals.
They are.
Yeah, they are.
They're 100% going to the finals, and they should be favored to win the whole damn thing.
Okay, what?
How about if Boston doesn't get Porzingis back?
Doesn't matter.
We can beat that team.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, we can beat
Porzingis is not going to be the difference in that series.
They might beat Dallas in 5.
Yeah, after the confidence after game 2 of the series against Denver, I think at this point, if they can get past Dallas, I don't care if it takes 4, 5, 6, or 7. Just get there.
Yeah, good point.
Just do it.
By the way, we got to put a bullet in the golf bet. It's just dumb. Whoever gets the first pick wins every week. It's just dumb. It doesn't matter. We got to be done with that.
Robbie had like the 7th pick, but whatever.
No, he had the first pick, didn't he?
No, he was like 7.
No, Hawk had the first, or Zacho had the first.
Oh, never mind then. We still got to put a bullet in. I'm sick of losing. Sick of it.
Your guy just couldn't putt, man.
I know. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, he had one birdie on yesterday.
And it was 18.
Yeah.
Morikawa for life. Colin was fantastic through 3 rounds and then just could not putt yesterday. Had a lot of birdie chances, but...
Right. I sacrificed all that money for the Wolves win. I did.
Yeah, that was... Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Good for you, Max. I'm happy for you.
Hey, thanks, Hawk.
Yeah,
I mean,
good for you.
It's good for the whole Twin Cities, man.
Sure, but the real team, real fans. Good for you guys, man.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, we've been through a lot, man, and then It's a new day. Alexi Shved ain't walking through that door no more, guys.
Maybe he should, though. We're bringing back Gugliotta and J.R. Ryder and Wally Zerbiak. Let's bring back Alexi Shved.
Why do we want to bring back that?
We don't.
He deserves to see a winner. He never saw one when he was here.
No, he was terrible.
More of the Power Trip Morning Show after this on The Fan.
The Fan.
Watch the Power Hour at 8 a.m. Thanks to Quantum Fiber. Your world unleashed. KFAN.com/watch.
Gertzy was in Denver, and he talked to Gobert after the game. Asked him about the comeback. What happened?
Down 20 in the second half, and we've been to adversity before with this group, and I'm so proud of the way we kept our composure tonight, the way we kept trusting each other tonight, and it's credit to every single guy in this locker room and every single guy in this coaching staff, and it's we're only halfway there now.
Yeah, but he is correct, though. How about, last year when the trade first went down, do you remember how many times the Wolves got their asses kicked by really bad teams? Remember, like, the bottom feeders last year just had our number. And we're like, God dang it, you make this giant trade, Cat gets hurt for half the year, and you're just losing by 15 to 20 to just garbage teams. What is going on here? Then this year, despite having an unbelievable regular season, how many times this year did the Wolves, especially against some bad teams, find themselves down double digits, but then would come back?
Yeah.
And I know Sauce and others on Twitter would be like, how could you be down 17 to Charlotte? It's like, okay, but that's how the NBA works. The good teams find a way to come back, and the Wolves did that a ton this year. They just wouldn't quit and came back on some bad teams and found victories. So I think they got battle tested a little bit. I know it's not the same as a Game 7 against the champs in Denver.
Yeah.
But it's not like they weren't accustomed the last couple of years to being down significant amounts, double digits plus, and finding a way. So I have no idea if it's just coach speak or not, but the fact that Ant afterwards just reiterated that Chris Finch kept saying at halftime, we're playing well, we're just not making open shots. Like, just keep going, and we can do this. The confidence from the top down was there. Man, Ant and Cat, I don't know if you guys stayed up and watched it. The live press conference on ESPN right after, 20, 30 minutes of NBA on TNT, which Zach didn't get a tweet on, so what's the point?
Yeah, good point.
I flip over to ESPN. They had Ant and Cat live at the podium. Ant dropping F-bombs on ESPN, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
And those guys were hilarious as well. They were. Everybody was basically saying, just put these guys on the road. Let's do a comedy tour. Yeah. The confidence that those guys had. And just like, no, we had this. We knew we had it. We knew we had a chance to come back. They gave a ton of credit to Chris Finch. And then my favorite part probably was when Ant was on with Charles Barkley after the game, and Charles said, I haven't been to Minnesota in 20 years, and Ant said, bring your ass.
And then thousands of people pointed out
he was here 4 years ago or 5 years ago. Yeah, he completely forgot he was here for the Final Four.
Yeah, was it Auburn? Yeah, that's his squad, right? Auburn? Yeah.
So he was here in 2019, and and they showed that video on TNT that he was dancing at the Final Four. But still, he forgot that he had been here, said he hadn't been here in 20 years, and was asking Ant for restaurant recommendations, which you and others just flooded Twitter with. Here's where you should go, Chuck.
How about Bobby Flay said he should go to one of Gavin's spots?
Which one?
Spoon and Stable.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's sweet.
That is pretty cool. I didn't see this part, but I was told on Twitter, or I read on Twitter, that the entire crew picked Minnesota to beat the Dallas Mavericks. Is that accurate? The TNT crew?
I didn't end up seeing it, but I would imagine that they did. I think almost everybody in the world is picking outside of the Dallas area is picking the Timberwolves to beat the Mavericks.
They're favored. Yeah, DraftKings have for the series the Wolves minus 170, Dallas plus 145. So the Wolves favored in the series, and they are favored in Game 1. They're 4-point favorites. Wednesday night around 7:30, Target Center, hosting the Dallas Mavericks, who got past the Oklahoma City Thunder. It looked like that was going to be inevitable. The way the Thunder played in round 1 as well. It looked like it was going to be Thunder and whoever won this series, and looked like that was kind of the case the whole year. One of those three teams was going to emerge, and now two of them are gone, and the Wolves are still standing.
Hell yeah, man. It's just awesome.
Also,
Absolutely. It's so fun.
How about this? The first day in NBA history where multiple road teams won Game 7s.
Yeah, because the Pacers destroyed New York.
Yeah, the Knicks,
Man,
they lived by the Tibbs and they died by the Tibbs at the end.
They're way overworked and they're all hurt.
Yeah.
That was a mash unit of a team.
It was sad to watch because that New York Knicks team has been a lot of fun this season. And they would have had a good chance against Boston fully healthy, but Boston's just going to freaking skip right to the finals because the Pacers, I don't think they have much of a chance. But
Halliburton's a stud, though.
He is a stud. If he's healthy, like if he's back healthy, because I know his back has been bothering him, then the Pacers absolutely have a chance. Hallie's the man.
Yeah,
and
he's so good.
And come on. If it's Timberwolves Pacers, we're sweeping those boys.
Well, the ugly duckling in this group is the Indiana Pacers because on DraftKings, the Boston Celtics still favored to win the title at -150. Wolves back to being second at +275. Then Dallas at +500. And then at 25-1, the Indiana Pacers.
Wow.
So not a lot of Vegas faith in the Pacers. Isn't that weird, by the way, that most of the states in the country have legalized sports betting, but most of us, including myself, still refer to it as Vegas, right? Vegas thinks that the Pacers are 25-1.
Yeah, man.
If it's any consolation to the Pacers, the Wolves were 25-1 much of the season. So
yeah, as of like a month and a half ago, they were 22-1 still.
Hell yeah, and here they are. They win this series. I think Rosie wins a bunch of money. He had him winning the West.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to hear about that either.
No, we won't.
You mentioned that.
Yeah, he'll never bring it up.
Do you think Joker is already tending to his horses, or do you think he still has to clean out his locker?
I mean, do they have like a day after press conference bit like in the NFL? Because if not, I would bet he's gone.
Yeah, he's probably on a direct flight to Serbia right now.
I liked what he said after the game, too. Again, I don't know. I was still completely jacked, so I watched about 45 minutes or an hour of just post-game stuff. Just couldn't sleep or whatever. And Joker was asked about, hey, somebody, I forget how they worded it, but it was basically, hey, a lot of people think the better team was the Denver Nuggets, but, is it frustrating to be the better team and not come out ahead at home in Game 7? And he goes, they beat us 4 out of 7. They're the better team.
Yeah.
If we were the better team, we would have won.
Correct.
So, I don't know. That's kind of a cool way of wording it. I haven't heard something like that in a while.
Yeah.
I don't think he likes his team.
I don't know if he likes basketball.
Correct.
He just likes winning and then going back to his horses.
The second he could quit, he quit. I mean, he played 47 of the 48 minutes.
Wolves?
Yeah, man. But yeah, he looks like he would rather be anywhere else.
No defending champ now has made it past the second round of the NBA playoffs over the last 6 seasons.
I don't understand a word you just said.
So what that means is the second round of the NBA playoffs is the Western Conference semifinals or the Eastern Conference semifinals, and no champ from the previous year has made it past that round in the last 6 years.
Show me some skin.
What a short attention span this guy's got.
Yeah, he just wants to see your hoots.
Yeah, that's fun. You and Parker were, that's fun to listen to last night, Max. So that was cool, man.
Oh, thank you.
Parker's the best, too. You guys are rising stars. You could do a morning show right now. I'd listen. You'd made me laugh.
He's awesome, man. He's been so good doing Fan Line. It's so much fun working with him. And it's the same exact way off the... I mean, we saw it when I let him in at the doors downstairs. We're chest bumping downstairs. We're screaming and howling. Like, it's just so much fun watching this team this year, man. It's been a hell of a journey, and I'm grateful for a chance to get to cover him and grateful for a chance to talk about him on this morning show.
I watched the video, that I filmed, and then I watched the video that was on the computers here. And I'm sorry that I look like American History X when I take my shirt off and I'm screaming at you. I
mean, my whole entire life has trained me to be absolutely scared when a bald white man with a bunch of tattoos with no shirt on busts down the door and starts screaming at me. My fight or flight was like, oh my God.
Get your training.
Right, yeah. They finally came for me, y'all.
Yeah, your look on your face was fine, but Parker's face was like, oh my God, what's happening? Oh yes, let's go.
Who is that? Yeah.
Well, shout out to Parker, too, for actually being the only professional in the room, because I just immediately get off the mic and start screaming with you, and Parker's the one that's like, Chris Hockey's in the studio! Chris Hockey's in the studio!
It was so much fun, man.
Oh, my gosh. Cool. It was a blast.
I just left right immediately.
Literally, Hawk showed up, didn't announce that he was coming, showed up shirtless, busts down the door, screams, cheers with us, and then runs out, and then nary a word from.
What was I going to add? He made the basket. Woo! No, that was just fun. I wanted to be part of it, man.
It was so much fun, man.
So if we take the miracle out of this, because the miracle is probably the answer, just because it was so improbable, I think this is the next best in our adult lives. Again, all going back to 91, what's better than this?
How?
Even the 03/04, was it 03/04 Wild? I mean, those game sevens were sick.
Yeah.
But those teams felt like that team was a Cinderella that was just waiting to turn back into the pumpkin, right? This is legit.
This is probably the most equipped championship team we've had since 09.
Yeah, undoubtedly.
Yeah. They can win it.
They can win it.
They will.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it.
If this game goes 6 games, if this series, goes 6 games, the Minnesota Timberwolves will be playing basketball in June.
They're 4 wins away from the NBA Finals.
Right.
Y'all.
Think
8
about that.
wins away from a title. We're halfway there. Front Page Sports is next. Ben Lieber in like 30. The worst password player of all time. Muss in about an hour or so. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on The Fan.
The Fan.
You're home of the Timberwolves, home of the Howl. Jaden McDaniels on the balance of this team.
Yeah, facts. We got so many versatile players that could go get 20 any game. So next game it might be Nas or Nikhil or Cat, whoever. So just willing to just do whatever you can to win if it's not your night. And you seen Kill going out there playing hard, playing defense, making plays. So just whoever's time it is, we all support each other.
Yeah, it was definitely Jaden McDaniels in Game 6 and 7. That was kind of the catalyst. But, man, those Nas Reed minutes down the stretch when Cat had 5 fouls. Rudy then fouled out, right? So we're losing our bigs. We can't afford to go to overtime. We got to close this thing out. And Nas just played fantastic defense. The follow-up tip dunk. Man.
It all went right.
What a steal financially Nas Reed is.
Well, thank God he came back.
Yeah, correct.
Every team wanted him.
Now for Front Page Sports, presented by Holiday Station Stores.
Holiday Station Stores hit it up on the way to and from Duluth Thursday and Friday morning. Stopped at Holiday. Why wouldn't you? There's a whole bunch of them on the way up there. And in fact, you can get 79-cent sodas or Frosters up to XL size at Holiday for a limited time. So go get something to drink this morning.
Hell
with
yeah,
our friends
man.
at Holiday.
Yeah.
The Minnesota Timberwolves are in the Western Conference Finals for just the second time in franchise history after beating the Nuggets 98-90. Coming back from 15 at halftime, 20 early in the third. 15 is the largest halftime comeback in Game 7 NBA playoff history. Ant was just 6 of 24 from the floor, but made all of the shots when they mattered, including a crazy step-back 3 at the end of the third with Aaron Gordon right in his face. Fantastic defense, actually, by Gordon. He checked him about 6 times. Ant does the crossover dribble about 93 times and drills it to be down just 1. You're down 20 points with 10 and a half minutes to go in the third and only trail by 1 by the end of the quarter.
Incredible.
That's a fantastic run.
Incredible.
The Wolves closed the third quarter on a 28-9 run.
Man.
And I think it extended into the fourth to 32-9. They could not miss, and the Denver Nuggets couldn't hit a damn thing.
And
man.
the panic just set in with Denver too.
Yeah,
where
they started taking really bad shots.
They forced shots, and the avalanche of the Wolves just kept coming at them, and they just didn't know what to do. They panicked about every play in the third quarter.
Yeah, and props to Jamal Murray came alive again towards the end there. Nikola Jokic, like we said, he played every minute. He had 34 points and 19 rebounds. I mean, they tried, man. They fought their asses off, but just wasn't their day. It was the Timberwolves' day, baby. Let's go.
Well, look at the rest of the team. Murray, 35. Jokic 34.
Nobody else is in double digits.
Right. Porter, 3 of 12 for 7.
Yeah, he was.
Caldwell Pope, 2 of 7 for 5 points. Christian Brown, who's killed us a couple of times this series, specifically that one game, was that game 5 that he destroyed us?
Yeah, I think it was
forget.
5, yeah.
He was 1 of 3 for 5 points. Gordon, who absolutely killed us when he started, 10 of 10 or 11 of 11 or whatever that game was. 4 points in 42 minutes?
Ugh.
He had 4 points.
Yeah,
they had this was definition of, all right, let those 2 guys go off, but nobody else added to the firepower of the Denver Nuggets. And in that run in the third quarter where they seemed to be missing everything, and the TNT crew just kept pointing out that the crowd in Denver was groaning and moaning after every miss. A lot of them contested, but some of them open, and they just couldn't hit. A lot of those were either joker brick threes.
He was 0 for 7.
Started 0 for 7. Yeah, hit a couple of his final ones, but still, brick threes by Jokic. Keep shooting threes, buddy. And then just wide open shots from the rest of the team, and they just were not going.
Yeah.
You could feel the panic in the Nuggets in the third quarter. We're not going to blow a 20-point lead at home, are we? Oh, yeah, you are.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, yes, you are.
They just got hot, man. They're such a good team. Like, as you just said, Denver it's a 2-man show, right? Those 2 can kill you, and they almost did, because I think, what was the stat that was on SportsCenter last night? That Joker and Murray scored 69 points and the rest of them scored 20-something. Like, they are a 2-man show. The Wolves that's a whole team. They have 7 guys that can score. And then Nickeil Alexander can come off the bench and just plays incredible defense.
He played terrible on offense last night, but that's okay.
But
didn't need it.
Yeah, and the jury's still out on Kyle Anderson.
He played 4 minutes.
Yeah, on purpose. But he can kind of get Rudy in his spot, which they kept saying on the broadcast. But they got 7 or 8 guys, man, that just come in waves, and they did it last night, man.
And that's when they're their best. Like, as much as we love seeing, 40-point games from Anthony Edwards and then superstar games from Karl Anthony Towns, the Wolves are at their best when everybody's sharing the rock. When 5-6 guys have double digits and it's just flowing, man. It can't just be 2 guys like you're saying, Saucy. And the Nuggets are normally a really good team-oriented team, but last night it was just Jokic and Murray, and that was not
Foster.
enough.
I mean, got to give credit to Scott Foster.
He loves making it. I mean, this is coming from me. He loves making it about him. Somebody, I think it was Dane Moore, said no. He said Scott Foster loves to ring people up on fouls like a little league umpire, where it's so many animations and whatnot.
Don't forget about me.
Yeah, correct.
So Ant and Kat are sitting at that podium after the game, and somebody asked them about how you have to sometimes lose before you win the whole thing, right? You have to go through losing. Yeah, and Kat cut him off and is like, how much more do you want us to lose?
We lost last year.
We've lost for 20 years.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
And they both are like, we're done losing. Enough losing. We've learned. Let's go.
Yeah.
He just goes, God damn. He said it like 3 times.
I loved it.
And then Ant dropped a bunch of F-bombs. Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals, Wednesday at Target Center. 7:30-ish tip-off. The Eastern Conference Finals and Western Conference Finals now just basically rotate days on and off.
Which is sweet.
Starting Tuesday for the rest of time.
I would assume, Maxo, fan line after every game?
Yes, sir. Of course, no more late night games. So
which is great.
It'll all be in the Central Time Zone. So fan line, howling with the homies after every single game, baby.
Xander Schauffele won the PGA Championship, his first major victory coming at age 30, and his 21 under is the lowest 72-hole scored a par in major championship history. There were like 4 or 5 guys that had won tournaments at 20 under, but this is 21 under, and he got a birdie on 18 to beat Bryson DeChambeau by 1.
Man, maybe the best shot of the whole of Sunday was Bryson DeChambeau was 215 out, 215 yards out, and he hit an 8-iron to about 2.5 feet. I don't know how he humanly does that. He's incredible. I love that he's back, but yeah, Xander, man, good for him.
Didn't blow it, right?
Finally.
Had a giant Thursday and didn't blow it.
Yeah, he normally does. He looked like he was going to fall apart on Saturday, but he bounced back quickly.
But even on that final hole, like the way he had to shoot it from,
that was a weird
with his feet in the bunker, like that was impressive, man. Finally a statement win for old Xander.
And almost lipped out on 18.
Yeah,
almost. As Bryson was at the range practicing his Happy Gilmore bombs.
How funny would it have been if that went in and all of a sudden they go back to Bryson and he tees one up right at the screen and just hammers it. That would have been funny.
It feels like that would have been on brand.
Yeah.
The Twins lost their 6th consecutive baseball game, this time to the Cleveland Guardians. So they were swept by New York, and now they've been swept by the Cleveland Guardians. So they are now 5.5 games behind Cleveland, and they are at Washington today.
Yeah, hold on. What's the stat I wrote down? The Minnesota Twins have scored...
Take your time.
They've scored 8 runs total during this 6-game losing streak.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. That's bad.
Yeah. You doubted this team, too.
No, I'll be back on board.
As soon as they put another 10-game win streak together.
Yeah, right.
I just got to play the White Sox again.
Correct.
We'll do What Really Matters after this. Ben Lieber should be joining in about 15 minutes. Musson 45. The Wolves won 98-90 over the Denver Nuggets. They're on to the Western Conference Finals. More of the Power Trip Morning Show after this on the Fan.
Rudy Gobert on the big cat.
Super happy for him, man. I mean, he's been through a lot, and I see the work that he puts in every day, and he's an amazing person, an amazing human being, and man, I want to watch. I want to see him win, and I mean, team and his guys brought me in to try to here to try to accomplish something, and I was excited because I know how bad he wants to win, and I know how bad I want to win, and in my mind, I was really excited that we could help each other, try to get where none of us has been yet, and obviously this game and going to the Western Conference is one step of the way, but the goal is the championship, and it feels good, but I still got room in my stomach. I'm still hungry.
All your hands up.
Hey, what would you guys guess on StubHub right now a second row ticket is going for Wednesday's game?
What's going on Wednesday?
The Western Conference Finals.
Oh.
Second row Wednesday.
Second row Wednesday.
They got to play more games?
Yeah.
I thought they won the championship last night.
No.
1,700.
Maxo?
Like upper level?
No, second
row. Oh, man.
Row B.
Probably like 5K.
But they were sold out.
Well, the Lexus Club is.
Yeah.
No.
So this is not the second row like on the court. This is when they get back to like the regular seats.
Whatever it is, yeah.
So it's probably 1,300.
12 grand.
Okay.
12 grand.
What?
$12,000.
$12,000.
That's what somebody's asking.
Yeah, good luck with that.
God.
Nobody's going to. I mean, upper deck in the corner,
I'll
361. You upper deck my dad. I mean, you have. You've thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a no? That's a yes.
I digress.
Man.
I don't think that's the correct usage.
Are you going, Maxo?
Going to the game?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'll be there. You know I'm going to be there, man. I can't miss that. No. I can't miss none of these games from now on, man. I haven't missed any all season, but just in general, I got to be there in person, see it with my own eyeballs, man. This is history we're watching.
We dodged the 03-04 bullets, too, when it comes to the Sam Cassell injury, right? If Mike Conley had missed the rest of the series, I don't think we would have won. If Cat had hyperextended his knee about the 6 times that it looked like he did, including late last night, that could have been the end of it, right? If Ant had crushed his back the other day when he fell awkwardly on his back, that could have been the end of it.
Yeah.
Any of those go the wrong way, and we're Sam Casselling this all over again, and we're going, man, we could have beat Denver if we just would have been healthy, just like we think we could have beaten the Lakers if we just would have stayed healthy. But look, all of our guys are upright.
Yeah.
That matters. All of their guys are upright, too, right? They dodged a couple of injury bullets. It looks like Jamal Murray was battling, an elbow at one point this series. Had is it an ankle, Max? What was the bit he was dealing with early in the season or series? Calf.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it could have gone south for Murray, too, but
a week off.
The Wolves dodged at least 3+ injury bullets.
Maxo, and I would bet Corey knows as well.
Oh, what about me?
And Hawk.
Thank you.
Yeah, he watched the game.
Yeah.
It was on last night.
Besides Luka and Kyrie, who did the Mavs have?
They do. PJ Washington has emerged. Before the playoffs, I would have told you nobody.
Yeah.
But PJ Washington has emerged as a really viable third option. He absolutely, there's a couple games he just killed the OKC Thunder. But otherwise, it's mostly Luka and Kyrie. Derek Lively gets his. He's okay. But I mean,
will Blake Lively be there to watch the game? His sister.
I hope so.
That's his sister?
Absolutely. Check it out.
But they'll put Ant on Kyrie and Jaden on Luka, right?
Or vice versa, yeah. I mean, we even saw that, it was last year, I think, when Kyrie first got there, that epic sequence at the end of that game when it was super close and it was Ant and Jaden guarding Luka and Kyrie, some combination of that, and they just absolutely locked them down. We have the wing defenders to just completely neutralize all their best players, and they have there's no ancillary, like they have no answer for Karl Anthony Towns or Rudy Gobert or our size. So like I expect the Wolves to just I agree with you, Saucy. I'm being generous saying it, but I think gentlemen's sweep, to be honest.
Yeah, I just think that
I don't think they can hang with them.
I don't think that, as you just said, Max, they don't have the height that the Wolves have. And Luka's good, but Kyrie is due for a
let's just not be bipolar like we just were against the Nuggets. Let's be consistent. Let's see a little consistency like we saw against the Suns in round one. Let's make sure that the Wolves don't have 2 or 3 just gigantic eggs.
Yeah, you got to win
against the Mavs. Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, let's start off and be solid and play good right off the bat and not give every Timberwolves fan a chance to doubt again after 35 years. Should we do what really matters? I'll do scores and stats, and then you can tell people other things.
That's what really matters.
Oh, hell yeah.
What really matters the most is the Wolves are moving on to the Western Conference Finals. They come back from 20 down to win Game 7, 98-90 over the Nuggets. That does really matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But I guess technically for the bit, what really matters is this.
I have one that I want to do, but I'm afraid to do it, so I'm not going to do it.
Why?
Because you guys.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to do it. You know what? I'm going to do it. But everybody be cool. And I'm doing this not for comedic effect. I think this is a really amazing thing. This is not for comedy. Obviously, there's nothing funny about what I'm about to say. But I didn't know this until I was listening to, what's his name? Rob Lowe's podcast. And he mentioned that back in the 80s, they all took an appetite suppressant candy named AIDS.
Really?
It was available in chocolate mint, butterscotch, and caramel flavors. And they later added peanut butter. And then, of course, in the 80s,
Right, things changed.
Things changed. It was spelled AIDS, but it was still spelled that. Here's something that I found fascinating, though, when researching this. The sales were not initially impacted negatively when the epidemic began. In fact, the president of the company manufactured it stated that sales had increased as a result of the connection. Early in 1986, another executive of the manufacturer was quoted as saying, "The product has been around for 45 years. Let the disease change its name."
Wow.
Well, I remember the commercials. It was something like, if you're going to get AIDS, make sure they're butterscotch.
I don't see. I wasn't going to go with comedy on this. They tried to change the name, by the way, and rebrand as Aidalism. No, I'm sorry, that's not right. AIDS Slim. And then they changed it again, and we tried with. Please, everybody, be cool. They tried to go with Diet AIDS.
Jeez.
This is true. I'm not making any of this up. This is all a true thing that happened. In 1988, they tried to change the name to Diet AIDS. But then they said, it doesn't look like this is going to work. And they...
Yeah, that's what it is. It's aiding you in your diet.
Right,
but
exactly.
That's a tough sell.
That's a tough sell.
The diseases.
What was it that was named ISIS? You guys remember that?
Well, I know.
I think there were several things named ISIS.
Google it.
And I think, wasn't that a trending female name?
Yeah. That might have been
Wasn't there a bit early on that there was like a car dealership named that, and like that got destroyed?
Not sure.
Yeah, that's bad. It's bad luck there.
Yeah, not good.
No. Okay, good.
So, any other thoughts on?
Did anybody know that? I didn't know that.
Did not.
That's
I did not.
Right? How about that? All right. Okay.
Oh man, I'm good on that.
On that topic?
I'm good.
Okay. The Pacers won 130-109 over the Knicks, like I mentioned a couple segments ago. First day in NBA history when multiple road teams won Game 7. I just mentioned that the Wolves dodged a whole bunch of injury bullets, right? That it could have got really bad really quickly if our guys got hurt. That's the entire season for the Knicks, not just the postseason, right? You go all the way back to Julius Randle, but They just couldn't stay healthy by the end of Game 7. They had all of their stars on the bench. Jalen Brunson broke his finger or hand yesterday.
Yeah, hand.
I mean, they just couldn't stay healthy. Mitchell Robinson.
It's almost like you can't play every single player 50 minutes every single game.
Yeah,
Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah, the Thibodeau bit always comes back to bite him. They looked worn out, but they also had nobody. I mean, Josh Hart when did they play Game 6? Was that Friday? No, Friday. Yeah, that injury had to his abdomen or side or whatever. He could barely sit down. That's how hurt he was.
Yeah.
What really matters, though, is this.
Because of bleaching agents and hairspray, hairdressers are at a very high risk of developing lung disease. That would make sense if you think about it.
Wow.
I mean, being around bleach and hairspray all day.
I wonder if it's the same thing for like janitors being around chemicals and stuff.
Yeah, I bet.
Man, you kids missed out on Aquanet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man,
Man,
Aquanet.
that stuff was fun.
You used it, right, Hogs?
Yeah, I did, but I had all the sweet, sweet babes that used it a lot.
Yeah, they did to get their
They
bangs
wanted-
to stand up.
Well, they wanted their hair not to move.
At
ever.
all.
At all. Like sometimes I remember you'd be getting it on and you'd be like, "I'm sorry, I broke your hair."
and then she was like, "Yeah, it still looks good though."
Yeah, but it's laying on my pillow.
Yeah,
shattered.
Now leave.
Yeah.
So you were banging chicks with rock hard bangs. I was going straight Beavis on it and writing my name in cursive with Aquanet and then throwing a match in it. That was super cool. You could do it in a driveway.
Yeah,
That stuff was so freaking flammable.
It was unbelievable.
Oh my God.
In some ways, we both had problems with burns, though. I mean, there were a lot of problems.
Is Aquanet still a thing?
Oh, sure. Yeah, you can sure get it. Sometimes you can get it at your local convenience stores. We were on our way somewhere in the bus one time, and there was a truck stop, and they had Aquanet in a bunch of different flavors, and I bought a bunch of it just in case I ever grew hair again.
Butterscotch?
One of them was butterscotch. That's right. Yep.
Is it my turn?
I don't know.
Yeah,
we have a Game 7 tonight in the NHL. Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl and company. The Oilers at Vancouver. Game 7. Oilers and Canucks. That game is at, what? Is it 8? I think it's 7 or 8.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock tonight. Game 7. What really matters, though, is this.
The Netherlands gives Canada 20,000 tulips every year as a thank you for protecting the Dutch royal family in World War II. I like tulips. That's a pretty flower.
Very, yeah.
Thank you.
Sauce, did you see any when you were in Amsterdam?
Yeah. They're sweet, man. I love that flower.
Did you buy your lovely wife any?
No, they were just in the ground.
Yeah.
But I would have had we seen them. By the way, Chris Finch starts 9 to noon today with PA.
Let's go.
Let's go.
That was the most significant injury we had this postseason, was Chris Finch in Game 4 against the Suns.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Is that Ben Lieber?
That's Ben Lieber.
Does he know we won?
Hey.
Ben the Wolves won.
He changed, I think he changed his avatar to the
I know.
Wolves.
Is he a fan of the Wolves?
I
don't know.
Are
you
a
like the
fan?
Wolves or not?
Do you like the basketball and stuff?
Yeah, do you like the basketball?
I like the
and stuff?
basketball. Yeah, I like it a little bit.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that one, guys.
Cool.
Hawk.
Yeah, I didn't see you in here with your shirt off or anything.
No, I'm not that excited. I'm excited, but not that excited.
Maybe you should get excited right now.
Okay, Zach.
Zach, easy.
Quit fishing.
I was working for you there, Zacho. I was trying.
Yeah.
I
Thanks.
think you made it a bit obvious.
Yeah, kind of.
You showed your cards there, Zach.
cut to the chase.
You
Sorry.
You called immediately on
Too
the
excited.
game of poker. I call. We know. Yeah, Zach pushed all his chips in.
Subtleties.
I don't care where you've been. I'm in.
It's my turn or yours. I think it's yours. What really matters is this.
Huh.
How about that? The stat on the old screen there. Wolves 0-5 this year when trailing by 15 plus at halftime.
Well, not anymore.
Life expectancy at birth probably averaged about 10 years for most of human history.
Jeez.
That makes sense if you think about it.
Wait, what'd you say?
10 years?
Life expectancy at birth
Great band.
probably averaged
Oh, okay.
only about 10 years for the most of human history.
Because the adults that got past 10 had kids, and most of the kids didn't survive, so the average is 10.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's pretty cool.
That's depressing,
Well,
but
it's
that makes
depressing,
sense.
But, I weeded out the weak, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? That's why I'm standing here. I'm so damn strong with my big floppy jugs.
And handsome.
You say what you want. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, a lady, and I'm not ripping. I'm the lady. There was a lady after seeing the video of us jumping around in here, Max, who pointed out that Parker had the best body. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm 53.
Well, right, yeah, he's a college athlete.
Yeah, he's a current college athlete.
Sorry about my big floppers.
Division 1.
Yeah, there were a few moments yesterday where you could almost see Max's schlong. His schlong almost came out different times.
As I was running through the hallways, my pants were falling, but my hopes were rising, baby. I didn't have time to pull them up.
That's right.
Were you wearing? I didn't see this video. Were you wearing your kimono too, or what?
No, I was wearing nothing. It was kind of funny. I told Abbott, he thought I was like, I'm running through the hallway shirtless. I'm screaming. We're going crazy. And he's like laughing. And then he must have saw the video and he texted me. He's like, oh, you weren't joking. ...
No.
It ain't a game, baby.
No.
And back to this gal that pointed out that Parker Fox has the best body out of the three of you. When are we going to get to the point where women stop judging shirtless men?
I was hoping.
Like, when would we wouldn't do that to them?
No.
That's just, I don't
Although
know.
I think
That's
she
classless.
thought I was a shirtless woman.
I'm not. Yeah. Wait.
Well,
that's
of the
hot.
two men that are in the picture,
Yeah, Max and that lady aren't that attractive.
Tell
Where's
that lady
Parker?
to get a wax on her jugs.
Jeez. More of what really matters and more of Ben Lieber after this. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
The Fan.
Hey, Raising Cane's is helping me grab life by the chicken fingers on my cross-country trek to pay off the Charge Challenge. Stop by one of the 16 Twin Cities locations today. Raising Cane's, one love.
So, you're going across the country and they're giving you chicken? I want to go across the country.
It's basically like a family vacation. It's
pretty similar.
You're going to end up with an endorsement because you lost the Charge Challenge.
Yeah. What?
Is it weird that everybody at this point in time is jealous that he gets to go on this trip?
I'm jealous about a couple of things on the trip. I definitely would not want to do it, though. I mean, that's a punishment.
I'd like to do it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with the van.
Yeah, I'd like to do it.
You have the van?
I do. I might do it as a win. I might just follow you.
I leave Friday morning, yes.
Yeah, man.
Okay, can you remind me what the trip entails?
Flying to Philly on Friday morning, driving to Pittsburgh Friday night, Saturday driving to Indianapolis, Sunday going to the Indy 500, Monday driving Indy to Kansas City, Tuesday Colby, Kansas, Wednesday Denver, Thursday Richfield, Utah, Friday Las Vegas, and Saturday Los Angeles.
Damn.
All by himself.
Yeah.
Which
people have offered, like, hey, come on over for dinner or whatever. Like, I got an uncle in Denver. I'm like, I can't.
So I don't understand why are you only going as far as Kansas City to Colby, Kansas in one day?
What was that?
Kansas to Kansas. Why one day do you go Kansas to Kansas?
It's part of it's because I'm doing Indianapolis to Kansas City the day before, and I have to do the morning show each morning as well.
Oh, gotcha.
So I'm trying to, and then Denver to Richfield, Utah is another 7-8 hours. So it's it's kind of doing some marathons and then some sprints.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Mixing it in. Being safe, because that was a concern, obviously.
Yeah.
Not for us.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hogs.
Yeah.
Sorry about the pizza.
Dude, it's okay.
You burnt it?
You burnt it?
I tweeted it.
It got way overcooked.
Yeah, you got a little overcooked.
I don't think it was when I got there. By the way, somebody else was using that oven last Friday and almost burnt the whole place down, which it wasn't.
Don't criticize.
How many different pizza ovens is Sauce going to ruin? Is Matt from 7th Ave just going to have to buy him another one?
Well, you know how they did it is they put the paper plates on top of the pizza oven.
Just put it in the pizza oven.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden I started smelling like something bad, and I went back to the kitchen, and I took the plates off, and it was smoking.
Well,
so I don't know who this mystery pizza oven user is, but try not to burn the place down.
All right, let's see who can get the closest just for fun. When the Denver Nuggets led 58-38, 20-point lead With 10 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the third, according to ESPN's win probability projections, what was the percent chance the Denver Nuggets were going to win the game when it was 58-38 with 10:50 to go in the third?
89.
No, I'll go in the reverse, 98.
Yeah, I'll go 91.
97.
60.
Zach, you said 97%.
I did.
Terrible.
I'm sorry.
Terrible guess, man. Stick to hockey, buddy.
Okay.
96.8.
Wow. The home
went
of
over.
the Wolves.
I'm with Max. I would have gone like 98.5-ish because you need exactly what the Wolves did, which is you need to run almost flawlessly the rest of the way, and you have to have Denver go ice cold, and both things happened within that quarter.
Yep.
God, that was awesome.
Outscored them. Outscored them 28-14 in the third.
Pretty cool, man.
Pretty cool.
See, I
Seems like
don't know. I don't know what was a better situation or what. So I was at an event, so I missed the whole first half and a couple minutes of the third quarter. But I was on my phone looking at the scores, like, oh boy, just like kind of depressed, just watching, just score checking, not seeing how the score was coming about. And so I basically get home and I just watched the run and then the comeback. So I just got the good parts of the game. Although, I can understand why, Max, you probably had your shirt off, because if you were there for the
1,000%.
ride on the front end and you just like helped me through the night and then you watched the comeback, I guess it'd be that much more sweeter. But
looked pretty hopeless.
Yeah, I got home like, what's the big deal? We're fine.
Yep. Anyway, they won 98-90, game one of the Western Conference Finals Wednesday against Luka and the Mavs. Now, the Wolves did win 3 out of the 4 regular season matchups against the Dallas Mavericks, but I believe Luka and Kyrie missed most of them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think one or both of them missed, 3 or 4 of the games. I think a couple of them were rests and stuff or whatever. So we never quite got the full squad, but the Wolves are favored to win.
Hell yeah, man.
The series and the game.
Yeah, no.
Let's do more of what really matters, shall we?
Yeah.
Xander Schauffele won the PGA Championship. He wins a bunch of money, and he wins his first career major. He is 30 years old. Beats Bryson DeChambeau by 1, Victor Hovland by 3. Morikawa and Schauffele in the final group. They started neck and neck, but Xander played pretty well. Outside of 10? I think he bogeyed 10, right?
How much
Whole
do
10?
I owe him?
200.
This is Ben. You were right. I'm out.
We're gonna lose everybody.
Sick of it.
You were tied for the lead going into the third day or the fourth day. Morikawa just couldn't hit from 10 to 15 feet. Had a whole bunch of birdie opportunities, just couldn't put one in.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, how about me too? I had tickets on Morikawa, Thigala, and I had Hovland in the Power Trip bet. So I had 3 of the top 6, I think, going into yesterday.
And you didn't cash anything.
Hovland came super close. He got tied for the lead at one point, I think, but that was the closest he got.
Man, gambling is
Son
a
of a
cruel,
bitch.
cruel bastard.
It sure is.
Yeah, why do I do it?
That leaderboard set up
it's fun.
so nicely for me to
it's fun.
scoop big. To the point where I was like, man, if only Thigala wins, that's not... I want Hovland. I was complaining about not winning enough if Thigala won.
Yeah.
And then I got none of it.
Then he fell apart, too.
He sure did. But he's a nice little player.
He's good, man.
He might not be 65-1 for the foreseeable future. He might, might come down a little bit.
I mean, Rosen's guy, he did really well. He missed the cut, but he did well.
Off the board.
Off the board, yeah.
Watch him go Thigala off the board next month. What really matters is this.
Okay. Russell Wilson sold his Seattle mansion for, and I'm gonna go ahead and say $31 million.
No, he did not.
He did. Apparently, it was on the market for 2 years. I'm looking at pictures of it right now. 11,104 square foot mansion built in 2007, just 10 miles from Lumen Stadium where the Seahawks play. It officially closed. $31 million.
Russell Wilson has a $31 million
What did he buy
house.
it for? Did he actually make money on this thing? Or it didn't say? Find an original purchase price of this thing?
Let me see.
Mr. Unlimited.
I guess. Money in his pocket. Yeah, I'm looking in the story. No, it doesn't say in the story. I would like to know that as well. Apparently He had it listed as one giant property for $42 million or something like that, but then he split them up and sold them separately. And so, I'm looking at the pictures of it now. It's right on the water there in the Seattle area.
Puget Sound.
Yeah, in the Puget Sound. But
That is dangerous.
thank you.
Oh,
180 degree views of Lake Washington, 164 feet of waterfront access.
That's our little secret.
Along with a large dock, big enough for 3 boats and multiple jet skis. Sits on an acre of land. It's breathtaking, apparently.
I've done something like that, too.
It's got a glam room, a gigantic closet, an elevator, a kick-ass gym, and many other awesome amenities.
Okay, so real quick, I looked up on Forbes did an article February 21st of this year. They listed it for $26 million. And you said it sold for 31?
Well, yeah, if you combine the 2 properties that he sold. So it was one giant property, and then they split it into 2 properties, and he sold them, and combined it was $31 million.
Mr. Unlimited.
Yeah.
He also recently
$31
just sold his Denver home.
Yeah.
21.5.
Wow, man.
He lost $3.5 million on that.
Oh, no.
Do you think he'll be okay?
I don't know.
Raiders Hall of Fame center Jim Otto died at the age of 86.
Whoa.
It was a poorly timed sneeze. My apologies.
Yeah, no, it's all right. I thought you were crying.
I am.
Yeah.
Every time I sneeze, my balls hurt. Mr. Otto, rest in peace.
What really matters, though, is this.
Well, I'm sorry. Hey, did you guys see Saturday Night Live, by the way?
Saw every second of it.
Did you see the Scooby-Doo bit?
Yeah.
Holy moly. Dude, that's hilarious. That's a good bit. Anyway, sorry. Nobody else saw it, I can tell.
I did not.
You should.
No, didn't see it.
Really, really good. And they did the bit where...
Joke swap.
Joke swap. Yeah. Pretty good, man. Pretty good. In 1954, a hurricane hit Canada at a Category 1, despite traveling all the way inland from the Carolinas. It killed 81 people in Toronto, 95 in the U.S., and 469 in Haiti. It made it all the way from the Carolinas to Canada and killed 81 people. Whew. How about that?
So that was an actual Carolina hurricane.
Yeah, it really was.
Wow.
And they also killed Edmonton in 2006.
Oh, see? Well played.
How many people died?
Good sports joke.
Just about millions of hopes and dreams of a Canadian Stanley Cup.
Did you break your microphone?
No, it was already broken. I'm trying to fix it.
Yeah.
Well, Hootie Hooooo.
That's what every kid says.
Yeah. I didn't break it. I didn't break it, Dad.
No, it was already broken.
What'd you do? It was like that when I got
I got 3 weeks of video evidence of this thing being more flimsy than...
Wow.
More flimsy than what?
I don't know.
Say it.
And what?
Just say it.
Just say it.
The Mavericks' chances at getting to the NBA Finals.
Okay, that's
Got 'em.
That's a sports joke.
I'm going to go get the 7th Avenue Pizza just to see and make sure it's not burning again. I'll be right back.
I have a quick sports story if you want.
That would be great.
Yeah.
No sports betting this year, so that's dead.
It's over, Johnny.
Oh, boy.
Oh, they closed? Like they didn't?
At
they
midnight. Or 12:01.
You don't think they're not going to call a special session?
I don't think for this, no. They probably should have because, like I said, they went pretty up to the wire last night. It was pretty nuts. There'll probably be some videos today of the Minnesota legislature, both the House and the Senate. It got pretty chaotic last night. So,
but no sports betting in 2024.
No, because I don't believe so.
Was it close to passing?
It was. They ran out of time. The good news is
What
they.
do you mean they ran out of time? Don't you have to vote by a certain time? Like how?
No, they don't.
They just bicker and bicker and bicker, and then they're like,
So,
out of time.
The good news is, according to Representative Zach Stevenson, they found common ground finally between the tracks and the tribes and everybody, all the parties involved. But I'm not kidding you when I say they ran out, because you cannot. The state constitution, the session ends at midnight on Monday, and they even went past that. That's going to be an interesting debate moving forward. But yeah, they ran out of time because they got all the stuff that they needed to do. They literally jam-packed most of it into this like omnibus bill of 2,600 pages. It was wild last night. It was obviously overshadowed by the Wolves, which, by the way, they recognize the Wolves won on the floor.
Yeah,
and it's
if
like
they hadn't taken that time.
It's very
those 5 seconds cost us sports betting.
It's just very ironic considering it's like you guys are all happy about the sports, but then we can't figure out the sports betting angle. But whatever, that's fine.
Did they take a lunch break? Did they take a dinner
they did
break?
Do some recessing.
Okay, well then quit the recessing and get the sports betting.
Yeah, just bring your lunch.
Or, any time in the last 5 months.
Did he have a para out there watching over them while they were having recess?
I mean, Common works and eats on the air noon to 3, right? A working lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why can't these people
Rosie's
vote and eat at the same time? Right, Rosie drinks soup.
Win.
It would have been nice if the DFL was a little bit faster in terms of
what happened?
Dealing with their stuff.
What I miss?
We're not getting sports betting for another year at least.
It's okay. I'm done with it anyway.
Yeah, when does that... Maybe you guys talked about it when I was getting that 7th Ave Pizza Hawk. How's that one look?
It's perfect. You did a good job with
Thank
this
you.
one. Thank you.
When do you guys pay off your bet?
I'll pay him in a minute, for God's sakes.
Well,
No. The sports gambling bet.
It's when Minnesota isn't, in the top 42 and a half, 43 and a half, I forget what it is.
Yeah. It's over, Johnny.
So looks like I'm going to win that one, but we'll see.
It was never over.
Wasn't it a
Not
$50
kissing.
or $100 bet? It wasn't that much money.
No.
Power Trip Bets will tell us.
He died.
I think that's what it was. That I bet they would be in the last 7 or 8. Something like that. What really matters, though, is this.
Hey, Ben.
Yeah.
You consider yourself a good kisser?
My God.
I guess I wouldn't know.
No, what do you think, though?
Sure. Yeah. I would like to think so, yeah.
Okay, hold on. He answered yes.
He's texting Tommy.
Thank you. More than 50 etchings from soldiers have been discovered on an English castle door in an astonishing discovery, including graffiti of what could depict the French Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte being hanged. The door was only recently discovered in Dover Castle in southeast England. Charity English Heritage said in a press statement Wednesday, it has now been painstakingly conserved to go on display in July. The graffiti on the door is thought to have been created by soldiers living inside the castle between 1789 and 1855. And isn't it crazy? Like, we know nothing about those folks, and I'm sure they were bored out of their gourd. They didn't have Netflix or PlayStation. They were just carving things. And
well, we don't know that.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
the aliens might have had it.
Please, Sauce.
Thank you, Ben.
Could you stop
I'm with you.
ruining
I'm
me?
with you, Sauce.
Ben agrees with me.
No, he doesn't. He's just trying to get in your pants.
Well, he doesn't need to ask.
Speaking of, why'd you ask if I was a good kisser? Where's this going?
I'm taking notes on
Okay.
things. Yeah, don't worry about it.
This has nothing to do with Napoleon being hung.
That's right. He was exactly my height. He wasn't hung. Hey, Benzo,
Yeah.
did you see that I posted video of the planes in Duluth? I don't know if you were in the plane when I was filming it or not. How was your flight with the amazing rendezvous?
Well, what time did you post? What time were those?
Like an hour after we separated.
No. I didn't go up in the plane until 3:40. I think we were taxiing and I looked at my watch. It was like 3:40.
Oh, okay. All right. So, because I thought you were with them when they were actually rehearsing for their show, and I thought that has to be the worst thing that has ever happened to Ben, because the things those guys do in those planes are incredible.
Well, have you seen Ben's Insta story with
have not.
Oh my gosh, of the GoPro cam with Ben going upside down in the old plane?
I never passed out.
You did not.
Wow. I did not pass out.
Close?
I did not.
You
I
ever
don't
feel
think
the
so.
darkness creeping
no,
in?
I never. I don't think that I felt the darkness creep in. I mean, it's intense and like crazy immense pressure when you feel those G's, but. I mean,
lights on dub.
So that is one badge of honor. Is like I did not pass out. We hit 9.1 Gs.
Oh my
I did
gosh.
not pass out.
9.1.
But I did puke twice.
Did you throw up?
Really?
Dude, that's awesome. Were you sore the next day? Because I was told that you might be sore. Yes.
Yes. Because the amount of squeezing that you have to do with your lower body is crazy town.
What do you mean?
So you wear what they call
panties.
Whoa, how horny are you today?
Not horny at all. I'm helping him with this story.
Oh, sorry.
It's something that'd be very, very foreign to Zach, but it's called a G suit. And it's
Where would you find one?
We still can't really
Just keep
locate it.
looking.
That's why only the military knows. So the G suit that you wear is like the suit that goes on. It's like you guys know what those Normatec boots are those like therapy boots where you they look like big hockey pads and they inflate with air.
A lot of marathon runners use it.
Yeah, so it's basically one of those that's in like one whole piece, and you put them on like fireman pants, and then you zip them all up, and then it attaches to the actual aircraft. So when the aircraft is pulling the G's, it inflates automatically.
Oh, I did not know that.
So it actually like saves your body like two G's.
Really?
So if you're pulling 5 G's, your body really is only going to feel like 3 of it. But on top of that, when you get ready to pull the 9 G's, and whenever you're doing anything, you got to squeeze and keep all the blood in your upper half of your body.
Incredible.
Because the G forces want to push all the blood out of your head, which is why you pass out. So simultaneously, when the G suit squeezes, they teach you how to basically squeeze your legs, your butt, and your abs to like push against the G forces, and then you have to breathe a certain way. So I say all of that because I went through a lot of meetings and training leading up to that 3:30 flight. And we went through, I was sitting with the flight surgeon talking about the whole flight and everything that's going to happen and what we got to like do from a body standpoint. And I practiced for maybe 5 seconds. And he's like, "You're good." I'm like, "That's it?" He's like, "Yeah, you're good. You'll be fine." And but the funny thing is, like, you get in there and you kind of forget how to squeeze everything simultaneously and relax your body, because you don't want to tense up your upper body. You got to squeeze your lower body, but relax your upper body. That being said, was I sore? Yes, because you are doing a full body squeeze, your whole lower body squeeze for like, I don't know, 10 seconds at a time. And you do that, I don't know, I was up in the plane for 40 minutes. So I probably did one of those like squeeze holds, I don't know, 15 times,
Wow.
Yeah,
right.
So the video that you posted on Insta is not anywhere near 40 minutes. Did you do those kind of tricks and stuff for 40?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
It wasn't full on, like, believe me, guys, I'm not trying to be, I got really humbled up there. I mean, I went in, I remember sitting there on the runway, getting ready to take off, and I remember saying to myself, let's effing do this, right? I was ready to go, ready to rock and roll, lifetime childhood dream, like it's happening, right? And I was geeked up, ready to go, and I was ready to conquer the world. Like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna hit the 9 Gs. I'm not gonna get sick and all this other stuff. We immediately take off, and he goes, so the plan was, and this is the pilot I was with, his name is Triple, and because he's the third in this family to be a fighter pilot. His grandfather was a fighter pilot, his dad was a fighter pilot, and he became a fighter pilot. He was awesome about telling me everything that was going to happen. Like, there's nothing that happened on the flight that I was not prepared for. Every roll, every turn, he told me exactly. So it's not like you're just in the back jostling around like you're in a car and you have you can't prepare your body to do those movements. So he's like, we're going to take off. I'm going to pull my landing gear up. We're going to go about 100 feet off the ground, and I'm going to hit afterburners. So we immediately, right there on takeoff, hit afterburners right when we take off. And that feeling right there alone is like worth the price of admission.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
I mean, when they say, yeah, have fun on sitting on a rocket, you are sitting on a rocket. It is the craziest sensation ever. So we hit afterburners right after we take off, and then we do an immediate 5G climb. So we immediately shoot straight up in the air, and we pull 5Gs right when we take off. And that set off everything. And then I had a list. You see the fighter pilots, they have the piece of paper on their thigh underneath their little strap, and that kind of has all their basically their game plan. Well, I had one of those, so I knew every maneuver that we were going to do. Yeah. So after the first initial 5G deal, I was like, fine. I kind of like I was like breathing through it. I got through. I'm like, whoa, that was intense. We kind of leveled off. He kind of explained some stuff to me, what we're going to do. And then we did our first of probably 3 maneuvers. Dude, I was not feeling great after those first 3. I mean, we were 8 minutes into the flight, and I'm like, oh, boy, this is.
Well, forget 8 minutes again. You're upside down within the first 8 seconds, right? Man. According to that video, it's almost immediate. Like you said, you did
that video is that was about halfway through the ride.
Okay, this wasn't.
Oh, really?
Okay,
yeah.
Oh, that looks like takeoff. My bad.
No, that was about halfway through the ride. So if you see the trails of the other, So we were playing catch up. So the other pilots took off because they did their full on practice, and then they were in their delta wing, their formation, and then we came in from behind, and we just caught up to them in chase mode and just kind of flew with them. So we were probably 50 yards behind them, just watching them do their thing. And then we all did a big loop together. So that's the video that I posted.
Oh my God.
Gotcha.
But the crazy thing is, like, part of what they normally do, they go up and they do basically a debris check. So they will intentionally flip over and make sure that, like, no nuts and bolts and anything hit the canopy.
Yeah.
So like the first initial maneuver that sort of got my stomach to flip was we go upside down, and you're at zero G at that point in time, and he's just like, I'm upside down. He's like, how's it look? And I'm like, everything's good, I think. I saw like little bits and pieces of like big like dirt and dust and whatever that hit the canopy, but that's about it. And then we kind of leveled back out, and I was like, oh my gosh, like that. My stomach did not feel great even after that. So anyway, there's
braver than me, man.
Wow.
I don't know how you did it.
So
I couldn't.
Congrats, though. You said lifelong dream, man.
Yeah.
I want to talk about our trip to Cirrus as well.
Yeah, that was awesome too.
Awesome,
yeah.
The Timberwolves won Game 7. We'll talk a lot about that between now and 9 o'clock. Game 1, Western Conference Finals Wednesday against the Mavericks at Target Center. More of the Power Chip after this on The Fan.
The Fan.